So yesterday over on Instagram, I asked you guys a few questions to help me design a character. I actually took a peek at some of the results, and I think I've got my work cut out for me. But let's take a look at what the final results were. The first question I asked was whether I should draw a boy or a girl. We ended up with 22,000 votes for girl and 20,000 votes for guy. So I know I'm drawing a girl, so we can do a little girl doodle here. And then we'll look at some of the other results. The next question I asked is whether I should draw a human character or some kind of fantasy non-human character, and 65% of you chose not a human. So I have to come up with a character that's not human. So we could go centaur, unicorn. Those both have hooves. Something else maybe. Flamingo. So I'm trying to decide what kind of being this girl is, and it occurred to me, it wasn't the next question, but one of the questions I asked was whether they lived in a warm climate or a cold climate, and 63% of you chose the cold climate, so I'm going to have that help me choose what kind of creature this girl is. So maybe I'm really feeling like a Yeti. I'm going to draw this girl now as a taller than human, ape-like entity. Let's give that a shot. Like, I'm trying to decide if it should be full monkey or more human, but I guess it's my character, so that's my decision. Oh, what does a monkey's face look like? Okay, that nose, the Yeti nose seems to be kind of a defining feature. And then like teeth that come up like this. Oh look, we're gonna be able to make her look pretty cute. But I know what one of the results of the other questions was, so this is probably going to change a lot. She kind of looks like Beast Boy. They all seem to have really big foreheads, these Yeti references that I'm looking at. And then I guess it's all hair. It's lots of hair. Because it's a Yeti. That's it. So longer arms. Makes it a bit more monkey. Alright, the next question I asked was whether they were more innocent or an edgy personality. And 67% said edgy. So we're going to have to give some personality to this Yeti. I think I'm going to try and put the edginess into maybe the way I'm going to draw the eyes, because in caricature and like cartooning, sometimes they'll draw innocent people with like larger eyes, and like darker characters or characters with a little bit more spunk will have like slimmer eyes. So let's try and do something like that. Maybe these are kind of like normal eyes I would draw. Let's try and make them a little bit more pointy, edgy. Maybe that'll give a little bit more personality to this character, to try and keep the ape-like features. I don't know if I want to slim the face too much, but we could also put more edges on the character's face, and that might help with that. We could slim the eyebrows. Definitely looks a lot less innocent than that one, but I think we might need to go a little bit farther. I'm going to try again with the face. And it doesn't help that I'm not edgy in the slightest, so I'm already fighting a losing battle here. So yeah, we're gonna like squint the eyes a bit, make them more pointy. For some reason all the pictures of Yetis have the big forehead, so I'm gonna try and keep that. I don't know if that's important. I don't know much about Yeti lore. I do like the not smiling, so I don't think this character's gonna ever smile. Well, I think a monkey's face, like, doesn't their jaw stick out a bit more? Let me look at a picture just a sec. Oh, yep, definitely. Does it help look more monkey-like? There's a lot of questions about hair, so I'm not putting too much time into designing what the hair looks like, because I know that's going to change. It also kind of looks a little lion-like. It's definitely not quite looking monkey enough to me. Oh, that's why they always have big foreheads. I'm looking back at my ape reference, and they have that, like, huge lump on the back of their head like this. Oh, that really does help. Oh my gosh. Who'da thunk? So her head probably is shaped more like that. Is that what? Let me look at a skeleton. So like their eyes are here, and then it like sticks out more like this. Whereas like a human is more like this. Like this, like the nose is here, and then its mouth actually sticks out farther than that. Holy moly. And then we got the Yeti. So yeah, you can see how much different I need to design a character from the human-y sort of skeleton versus this ape skull. So yeah, let's try to use that skull and draw her again looking that way. But now I need to protrude like way out like this. That seems strange. It kind of does look monkey-ish. I'm rounding it a bit because I want it to look like a caricature of more female face, so that's why I'm playing around with the rounded shapes, but also I need it to be a bit more edgy, so we'll see. We'll see. I kind of like this profile. Ooh, I think we're getting somewhere. This is exciting. Ooh, okay. That explains like the big forehead, and then the hair would come back there. Do we want the big ears? Well, we'll keep them in there in the sketch at least. Oh, I'm so glad I drew it from this angle. Like, I feel like I have a much better grasp than when I tried to do like the 3/4 angle. Just studying that skull really helps, even though I didn't like copy it exactly. I think this looks really cool. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay. Oh, you can't publish the results of a slide poll. I kind of regret doing slide polls. Well, now one of the reasons is because you can't publish it, apparently. But the other thing was that for this challenge, I feel like what's cool is that I'm giving you, I'm asking you a question, but I'm only giving you 2 answers, so you have to pick your favorite. And that's kind of what I enjoyed about like the polls. So if I do this again, I'll probably not use any slides. And I didn't realize you could do slides till I got to this one, and that's why I did, but yeah, I kind of regret it. Anyway, for skin tone, it looks like people chose about on the more darker side, dark skin, but the hair is probably gonna end up still being white. I do remember that one of the questions was specifically whether they had dyed hair or natural colored hair, so when we get to that question, that's gonna throw us for a loop, I think. Like, you can't really tell when I'm just coloring it with pencil, but when you get into adding colors, that's when that'll come into play. Alright, the next question I asked is whether they were tall or short, and 54% people chose tall, so that fits into our Yeti character design, so that's actually really, really helpful, so we know that they are tall. Although it would be kind of funny if I had to draw a short Yeti. That'd be kind of fun to like play around with the proportions a little bit. So far we have a female Yeti who lives in the cold climate. She's kind of edgy, has darker skin, and is tall. Let's look at the next result. Oh, this is another slide poll, which again I regret, but people chose, see look, they chose right smack dab in the middle of slim to heavy. So if I had given them a yes, no, like it would either be a very slim character or a very heavy character, and that'd be more fun to, you know, play around with. But it's just right smack dab in the middle, so I don't really have to change anything. Just a very average proportion. So that's kind of boring. Makes the... Yeah, I'm definitely not doing slides again. The next thing I asked is if they had long or short hair, and 56% said long hair, which is good. That's what I've been drawing. But maybe I'll just make it a little bit longer, just for you guys. I feel like your arms aren't quite long enough to be that ape shape that unattainable ape shape that we're all going for. They're doing yard work, so I'm just gonna doodle away a little bit and then come back to you maybe when it's quieter, and we'll look at the next poll result. Did they leave? Alright, I think we can look at the next poll result. Alright, the next question I asked was whether the character had bangs or no bangs, and everyone chose, well, not everyone, 58% of people said no bangs, but I really want to see what she'd look like with bangs. Doodle that up real quick. No bangs. Okay. Let's do that in red, so I know not to do bangs. Ooh, this throws things off. I asked whether or not they have facial hair, and almost everybody said clean shaven. I'm kind of thinking... if I'd asked whether they were hairy or not, that would remove like all the hair off her arms. Like, she'd be mostly clean shaven. I kind of haven't been drawing anything on her face so much, but it looks like it's only slightly clean shaven. Again, I kind of regret having the slidey poll. Not sure what this does. Maybe this doesn't change anything. I'm gonna make an executive decision and say that this poll actually means whether or not they shave, and she shaves 80% of the time. So, I'm going to leave short hairs on her arms and the long hair on her head. I think that's fine. Next one is I asked if the character had natural or dyed hair, and 73% of people chose dyed hair. I guess that throws white hair out of the window. So I'm just gonna randomly pick a color for that. Ooh, that's pretty. Like an ice blue kind of color. Let's swatch that. I don't have to use that specific marker. I'm just using that as blue. She's going to have blue hair. Now the question is her arm hair blue as well, or does she only dye her like scalp hair? I feel like it'd be really time consuming to dye your entire body. So we're gonna have to turn the page here and design some clothes. No bangs. Big monkey ears. I don't even know if apes have big ears, but this one does. Let's give her a scarf. Like a big scarf. That's something you wear in the cold climate, right? She's really cute. I'm starting to really dig her design. Right, we're gonna come back to the outfit design because I think there's some more questions that'll help with that. I asked if this character has tattoos or not, and 74% of you chose that this character should have tattoos. You're not gonna be able to see much of the tattoo. So I might have to get rid of the scarf. Oh, I just also realized her body's covered in fur. Where are we going to put this tattoo? Good freaking question. Ooh, I'm faced with some difficult decisions here. I mean, I could Google some face tattoos and see if there's any cool ones our little Betty the Yeti might like. The only one I can think of is that like teardrop tattoo, and I'm not giving her a teardrop tattoo, okay? That is just out of the question. I like halfway through eating a hamburger decide I want a hot dog. I don't know how you like get a tattoo on your face. See, this girl has like half her head shaved and then a tattoo on there. Shave this section of her hair, like a so. And then we can give her a tattoo back there. I'm gonna make it, the tattoo will go under the hair, kind of like she shaved her whole head at one point and got her whole head tattooed. But this is all that's showing. There you go, that's kind of interesting. So maybe there'd be some that comes down here too. Just something abstract. It's kind of like a sunflower slash sun. Maybe she wishes she lived in a warmer climate. Oh, this one doesn't really change anything. I asked how old the character was. They said a little bit on the younger, middle-aged side. So what, we got like a 20-something-year-old here. So I feel like that fits fine. The next question was, is it curly or straight hair? And 75% of people said curly hair, and I've been drawing straight hair. So it's time to completely flip up this design now and draw our little Betty the Yeti. I'm gonna keep calling her that. With curly hair. No bangs, with curly hair. How curly do we want it though? That's a good question. Really super curly and frizzy, so like flyaways everywhere maybe? You know what, just for the fun of it, I'm gonna draw her tattoo on this side. Maybe she has it on both sides. So maybe the hair, she has hair like in the middle. That doesn't count as bangs, right? Oh, I do like that. It makes, she looks like some kind of like monkey goddess. And I'm still playing with the design of that tattoo. We'll get somewhere with it, I'm sure. Oh, I didn't do her smoky eye. It's so much fun to draw. Every time I draw her, she looks a little different because, well, I mean, we're still concepting her. We don't quite know what she looks like. She's starting to look a little edgier, though. This is kind of cool because then it looks like she has, like, a turtleneck on. But it's really her body hair. That's a lot of volume. Look at that. Just look at it. Alright, the next question I asked was whether or not they wore glasses, and 53% of people said no glasses, so you don't have to do anything with that. There's no glasses. I asked whether or not they have piercings, and 78% of you said yes, so we have to give her some piercings. Should I make that like a really big gauge? I feel like that might fit her design. There we go. Something like that. I can't really give her like a belly button piercing or anything like that because she's covered in hair, you wouldn't see it. And lastly, I asked if they wore masculine clothes or feminine clothes, and 51% of you said they shop in the men's department. That'll help us design the clothes, and then I think with that, we might be done. Just draw a quick body. Just tall. Those big Yeti feet. I wonder if I should make those like exaggeratedly huge so that you know it's like a Bigfoot. I have to incorporate all these different aspects. She's got a lot going on. Okay, there, I sketched out a body. Now we can work on some clothes. I think the Yeti part basically pulls in that cold climate part of the design brief. So I feel like I could put her in any sort of clothes that I feel like. Let's find some cool outfit to put her in. I feel like all dude clothes looks the same. Ooh, that could be cool. Not this exact design, but like, let's give her a nice button up. Probably untucked. Maybe roll up the sleeves a bit. And for pants, oh, this guy didn't button it up all the way. Maybe I won't either. It does look like it's choking her, especially when she already has like all that hair. Less restrictive. I think that suits her a little better. Ooh, these are kind of interesting pants. They're like low in the crotch and then like really tight at the calves. It's dressy on top, slouchy on the bottom. And I think I'm gonna leave her barefoot just so you can see those like giant feet. This is definitely not something I would have come up with on my own without these prompts. Well, I think we've got it. We take a look back at what we started with and like the progression of the slowly concepting a character as I like learned what different features should look like. No bangs, blue hair, tattoo, clothing, curly hair. Yeah, this was really, really fun. All right, it's time to take everything we've accumulated throughout the polls and creating this character and the other decisions that I made myself and try and actually draw something here. Ooh, I even made her hair even longer. I'll like try to get everything else in this picture. There's a lot of elements to her design and I don't want to leave any of them out. Got in those feet. Big feet. Because the other foot might be back here somewhere, wouldn't it? What if we roll up these pants too? Just like her shirt. I chose way too complicated of a pose. My goodness, what was I thinking? This hair got real long at some point. Oh, I just realized Yeti only has one T, doesn't it? Oh, did I do that before too? I did. Oh my gosh. Such a loser. Try and match the cool climate that she comes from. Okay, and then we know she has blue hair to start with. Let's go for it. I love how you can layer these markers. It's really fun. Woohoo! Fun. I'd have to darken her skin up. Oh no, I've made a mistake. There we go. That kind of just suits the design brief a little better. I meant to do this with the pants, but oh well. What about a color block pocket? Ooh, digging it. Ooh, yeah, I like that. There we go. I'm not forgetting anything, am I? It's all here, right? Right? This was the result of your guys' answers to my questions. And this is the character we designed. Look at that. I kind of prefer these sketches a little bit more. But yeah, here's the process we went through from beginning, where I had no idea what I was going to draw, slowly developing the character, adding more personality, changing the hair, adding some clothes. Now I'm looking back, I kind of regret getting rid of those pants. I liked them. But yeah, here it is with some color. I'm not awesome with markers, like in color schemes, so take that into account when you're looking at this. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys all next week, and I hope you have a delicious evening full of waffles. Bye!